Hey guys, welcome back. Got some good news for you. Let's look at what we got here. So here's a tweet. Midnight parliamentary session that lasted less than 10 minutes. They just passed the Kirkuk and Nineveh electoral districts, guys. So according to this tweet, they have wrapped up and completed all of the electoral districts, okay, throughout Iraq for their upcoming June elections. So that step's done. Let's see what else we have. Right. So according to the Representative Economics, we will not vote on the borrowing law except after making three important amendments. Okay, guys, remember, they're still pumping BS, and this article has some BS in it, so I just want to forewarn you on that. Remember, guys, they have yet to show you the true, accurate numbers regarding either a budget or borrowing law again. So, again, this article to me is complete BS. All right? Give me one moment here. Okay. So according to this article, it says we will not vote on the borrowing law except after making three amendments. It says member member of Parliament, Economic Investment Committee representative confirmed on Monday that the vote on the fiscal deficit financing law will only take place after making three important amendments. Parliament may discuss the law of financing the fiscal deficit next week for its importance, but it cannot be accepted to proceed with the voting on it and share it as a financial deficit of 41 trillion dinar, pointing out that amount is too large and will need exhaustion of the Iraqi economy, or will lead to exhaustion of the Iraqi economy with large debts. Guys, this article's BS. We literally can't trust it. They have yet to really show the true, accurate numbers. Okay? So, let's look at the next article, guys. This one right here, it says that the International Monetary expects Iraq's budget deficit of 22%. So again, right here, I mean, you can see the figures they're showing and quoting right there. According to these figures that they're showing and quoting, they don't even give you an accurate amount. They're just saying they've reduced the deficit down to 22%. Okay, so again, they're not telling you the truth. You cannot trust and believe those articles. Okay. Here's a really good article for you guys, and then what I want to do is I want to share. I kind of want to, just get into some other things here real quick with you. So, as you guys know, look at what I brought to you over the weekend. How the reason why Iraq has not really drafted a 2020 budget, okay, it's because they don't know their numbers, guys. They literally did not know what the reforms would cost. They did not even start to, be able to allocate those expenses. They didn't even go to Washington until August, okay? Then they went to Europe just last week and ironed all that out. So, guys, they didn't even know what their expenses were going to be, till at least like mid-October, okay? So, my point is, that's why you haven't seen a 2020 budget, and that's why you hadn't seen a borrowing law even starting the approval process just until Saturday. They didn't know their figures. They didn't know their numbers. But the cool thing is that they've at least shown us that there are really, honestly, truthfully, reforms coming forth, which are post-rate change items. So we know that the rate changes, we're on the brink or cusp of it right now. You are standing on the very edge of that rate change, which is awesome. So now, according to this article, the Cabinet Secretariat receives the budget for the remainder of 2020. This is from yesterday. On Sunday, the General Secretariat Council of Ministers received the budget for the remainder of the year 2020. The official agency, the Cabinet Secretariat, announces that it has received the special budget for the remainder of the year of 2020. She explained that the legal department will audit the 2020 budget. She added that the budget will be presented to the upcoming cabinet sessions for discussion, approval, and referral to Parliament. Remember, guys, it's in that last paragraph they said that it's got to go to cabinet first, then to Parliament. Cabinet is the group that creates the laws. Parliament is the group that approves them. So they're telling you they still have to create the 2020 budget. Guys, that's because... Okay, so let's get into some more stuff now, guys. This is where I'm going to interject, and This right here, a lot of this will be my opinion. Okay, again, I'm not a financial advisor. Okay, this is nothing more than my opinion. Here's where I'm standing on everything. I already just read you an article where they said they were going to work on the, it was this one, it was actually the next article up right here. They said they were going to work and discuss and try to amend the borrowing law, guys, next week. Remember how from Saturday or over the weekend, guys, I told you that the typical span of time between each reading of a law, because there's 3 readings per law, that each reading, the gap in there is usually approximately a week and a half. Well, remember how they did the first reading Saturday, and now they're telling you they're going to regroup and discuss it next week, guys? Boom, there's your week and a half, okay? So again, based on their movement and everything else, that means that they're going to be probably finishing and completing that law, guys, probably right around Saturday, November 21st. Again, that's my opinion, but just based on their patterns and how it takes about a week and a half-ish per reading, because there's 2 readings and a final vote. So again, there's 3 readings to every law. So again, that with there being about a week and a half span between each one, they will not finish that borrowing law, guys, till approximately Saturday, November 21st. Mark my words on that. You'll see how close I get. I get very close on that, okay? Now, so with all that said, okay, where does that take us? Well, here's what it boils down to, guys. So if they don't finish the law, here's where I stand. This is where I think the chain of events is going to be. I actually think that the borrowing law has to get done first. Then my opinion is I think they will change the rate. Then I think they're going to start I think that because that way they'll have the new rate, and that'll allow them to draft, because they just showed you they haven't even started creating the 2020 budget, guys. That's because the rate hasn't changed yet. Okay, they're kind of showing you that the rate has to change to be able to create the 2020 budget, because ultimately it's the budget that funds the reforms and everything else. Okay, it's that simple. So that again, I'm looking for nothing more than my opinion, and I am not a financial advisor, but again, they're showing you that their plans are pretty much to approve the borrowing law first. Then after they approve the borrowing law, okay, then I fully believe they will change the rate, and then they can start the 2020 budget, because in this article you're seeing right here that the Council of Ministers have not even started the creation process of the 2020 budget yet. So right now, guys, I'm not going to bring forth a date. All I'm going to simply say is I do not think that they will, regarding the borrowing law, okay, I do not think they will complete that to a law until like very close to like on or around Saturday, November 21st, okay? So I'm looking, just, it's just my opinion, but I kind of have my eyes right now on around the second half of November. That's where I'm just kind of watching everything, okay? That's kind of my little window of radar right now. I'm just watching the second half of November. I'm not going to give a date, okay? So just wanted to share that with you guys. That's the direction the facts are taking us, okay? And again, don't forget they weren't even able to, really start this 2020 budget because they didn't even know the figures for the reforms that go in it, because the 2020 budget has to fund those reforms. They have costs associated with them. That's why you saw the article over the weekend that shows that there's 7 different countries involved with, looking at and being involved in meetings with the reforms, okay? Because 7 different countries basically funded and financed all this for Iraq. Okay, now let's talk about one more thing. So Faith has kind of revealed that with what's going on around us, that if you guys notice how maybe not for all of you guys, but I know like where I'm at out of Arizona, it's very hot here. We had July and August were 2 of our absolute hottest months. That's when we had the protests and protests and riots and everything going on, okay? And now, if you noticed how, like today in Arizona, the highest it got today in Arizona was like 67, guys. And I'm sure those of you that live on the East Coast, I'm sure it's probably already snowing and getting crazy cold, or preparing to snow and be crazy cold. But you're on the edge of it right now. Guys, what faith has revealed is this, is that pretty much right after the elections, there's a good chance that the riots and protests might escalate again too. They could escalate a little bit worse or to a little bit of a higher level than where they were back around July and August. Okay, so guys, basically what you see happening with the weather, what God's doing, guys, is God brought the cold weather, and He's bringing the cold weather hard and fast to make it uncomfortable to protest. That's exactly what's going on. That's what that was revealed through faith, guys. That's where I got it from. So again, as you see, it's getting crazy cold, and the crazy cold is coming hard and fast to make it more of a challenge to be able to riot and protest, guys. Just so you know, okay? So I just wanted you to be aware of that. Again, they're saying that could escalate to that somewhere after the elections. But ultimately, guys, we're in a great position. Don't forget, I mean, when you get distracted and get discouraged, don't forget Iraq is at their highest level of stability that they've ever achieved. Kademi has gotten more done than he's ever gotten done in in a long time. So Kademi's looking really good right now. Okay, Kademi's gotten done. Kademi's actually gotten more done just in the short period of time he's been there than the entire country's gotten done. Since they released the new Iraq Dinar. Okay, so we're in a great position. Iraq's at their highest level of stability. This is the perfect storm. But what they're showing you guys is right now stability is the most important thing before that rate can change. That's why they've had to have stability. You're seeing that on every level. They're showing that to you. They're revealing it to you. They have to have and achieve stability. So that's why they're waiting for the borrowing law to get done. Then they'll change the rate. Once they change the rate, then they have the rate and they have the reform figures to put inside the 2020 budget, okay? So there you guys go. Hey, God bless you guys. You guys are the best. Hope you guys are all doing well and taken care of. Have a good one. Take care.